I'll stick the wee path. We don't want no soil erosion here. How does a windmill operate? Well, we're just seeing how it operates. Me square that. Striking rod. I'll tell you what. You see, if you didn't know how a windmill worked, I don't think this is going to help you. It's like an FX model, the way it's showing you all the things and all. Racks, cogs and all that. The wee video is easier to understand. One of the challenges of operating a windmill is how to best use the sails to harness the power of the wind. I'd imagine the sails would have to tilt side to side, wouldn't they? Or would they? Because a windmill is like the modern ones. A modern one will tilt side to side. That's what they do. If the wind's going too quick, you can't put a brake on. You put a brake on, you're going to be burning out your brake pads like. But if you tilt the angle of the windmill, the wind sails, so you won't catch as much wind. Ballycopeland Windmill, the roller reefing system was used to keep the mill working on calm days. The roller reefing system allowed the miller to easily adjust the sails as weather conditions changed. This clever way of arranging the blinds was invented by ship's captain Stephen Hooper in 1789. Today a Ballycopeland roller reefing system is the only one still working in the world. It's not working here, but you see the sails. You don't actually see any material on the sails. Them sails should have material on them. At the centre of the four sails, here we are now, the centre of the four, see these, must be these bars, where the arms meet, you will see a black metal rod. See image below. One of us pointing the wrong way for us to see this. So there's the black metal rods at the bottom. So them metal rods must adjust the sail now. Where do we see this now? So why we turn over a handle, turned all four sails? This is the striking rod and it is controlled from inside the mill as it moves. It connects with four pinion cogs on each sail. As the pinions move, they move the rack, a toothed rail to each sail forward or back as it tilts it back and forward. These racks are connected to the blinds of the sail, allows the miller to further and unfurl the blinds. They are like sails on a ship. The more they are opened, the more energy it captures from the wind. But you don't always want more energy captured, and that's the way you have to close it. Because your wind will go too quick, like. That's some overheating. Chasing the wind's interesting. On the video it showed your man spinning it by hand. So if the wind's not hitting that straight on, she doesn't do nothing. But they presume the wind's not hitting that straight on, it's hitting that. And when it's hitting that, she'll spin. And when she spins, that's a force it round. Once it forces it round, the wind then muscles that. And then once it muscles that, that stops spinning. But then the wind hits that. But he had to spin that by hand. It's not like cranking an out car at the start. You know, you had to turn the right handle. You had to get a wee crank to get it to go. So he was up there spinning it by hand to get it to go. Oh, check these wee stones. There's a crowd coming behind me now. Hopefully they go into them other rooms. I might catch up. It's cold day. It's a cold day. I'll do that on the way back down there. First thing you got to do in here is get them bags up there. You got to get the bags up. So we're going to go up to the top now. You know what? It's not that big, really. You know. But oh, look at that. Apart from the condensation, look, the condensation on the outside. They need to give some wee hand sanitizer, the towels in the other place. I might come back here with some of them, some of my kitchen roll, wipe that glass and tape that. Ah, you can't get up. Look at that now. What's the point of coming down one mall if you can't get up? I got up to the one in Dublin. That's your guided tour there. £6 for the guided tour, somebody walks up the stairs. Really get some roll to get that clean there. I'm disappointed. I can't recommend it now. I was able to read the internet. It says it opens at time, shuts at time, shuts at 4 o'clock at this time of day. But they couldn't tell you there's no guided tours available. They say guided tour is £6. They don't say if you don't get a guided tour you're not going to get up to the top of the windmill. But you want to go to the whole way to Power Station Tower and not get up inside it. They need an all light bulb too for that all wee room. There's sure the light bulbs in this place. Maybe they get that windmill turn and generate some electricity with it. Power the lights. Well, plus there's plenty of lights, there's a cafe. There's a wee outdoor tap there if you got a dog. I'm forced to come down here now. I have to do these things myself, like. I'll tell you, like, who would go to this effort here? I'll save them the best to last, you know. And it ends up it's not the best. I could have sat in the car park and looked at that and seen as much. I'm going to put this wee video on YouTube, and one might see it, might bring a wee bit of trade and all over the place, but I think now this video's going to put folk off. All I can say is ring up before you come and make sure there's a guided tour and just check, are you getting up the stairs? But they hadn't even got a light on up there. If I looked through the trap door, if they even had a light on, the roof would look nice to all the timber work where the roof's done. You can't see it. Let me see this now, look. Things I have to do. I wouldn't even know how to wipe the own car, wouldn't I, like? But a conversation, I'll say too, is there? Look, now we can see who made it now. Look. Scale 1 to 24. It's still a bit rusty yet, like. Oh, look at the size of the bulbs. Could they get any smaller bulbs than that, could they? Let me see now, we'll see. Just showing it up, hands. Need a heater in here to get that clean. You can sort of see it, like. The wee cornwall and along, you'll see that really going. You'll see the floor, they dry the stuff out, everything's a lot better now, everything's original. And you actually see the water wheel turning. Everything turns slowly because it's mostly original and along cornwall, but it's water powered. So if you had to come here or on along, I'd have to say on along. And you'll see the wee rack and all shaking at the bottom. That's a bit disappointing, the fact that we're not getting up to see. You know, above us now, we're on the bottom floor. You have to go 1, 2, I know up, but they wouldn't let you up the way, they wouldn't let you up that high. The one in Dublin, because you see, the problem with the Republic too, like, they make things for visitors, they don't keep things original. So the one in Dublin only had, I think it was 2 floors, and you can see the roof. That one has got 1, 2, 3 floors. I doubt very much they let you up 3 floors. Because it'll be very tight going, but the stairs are all a bit too tight. See, they're using ladders, they're not actually using stairs. Although the bottom one, they have a ladder. There they have stairs. So the stairs is probably added later. Because bearing in mind that these boys are working in here, they need the floor space. But now there's no work being done, they can afford to put on the stairs. I was saying to get a 2, you get up the top. I'll wipe this too. People come in, look at that, look at the difference that makes there, look. People are not seeing it. Can't help everybody coming in looking disappointed, like. I don't know, we'll push the wee button now again, we'll get it from this side. So I presume that's the rate it would turn at. Hey, you mind Wendy Miller? What's the wee tune Wendy Miller had? Can't mind, but he had a whack ducking in and out, didn't have sales done at him. Bear in mind, but the sales wouldn't always be pointing that way over the door. If the one turns round, the sales would turn round. Come on, you can do things here. Drive floor. Things aren't working. You're supposed to be able to do the things separately, or maybe it lights up, it ain't working. Too many things not working here for the 3-pointer pad. Something's come up now. I wonder what I'm talking about. That's not working either. See if you're on the guided tour, do you ever get upstairs on the guided tour?
Well, the guided tour, yeah. But you want to take a photograph upstairs?
Ah, it's upstairs I wanted to see, like.
See, set guided, we don't allow to get the people up because if you fall, it's.
That's looking there, it shows all the wee ladders. I was thinking that you've got stairs here, so. The wee model there showing ladders. So would that have been a ladder instead of the stairs,
Yeah.
There, isn't it? That gives them space.
That was, if you saw the video, that was actually where they put the wee desk. So when the man came in with the desk, you know, with the sack, he was registered on that. So I take you up. Oh,
thank you.
Alright. So just be careful when you go out.
No problem.
Do you want to stand from the top and take the video all the way down? That's
the top, that's the start of the operation, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Everything's up the top and has a good start.
Let's start as well as a full gravity. So they have to start from the top. And it's getting colder and colder when you go up. I'm going to open the landing gate just a wee second, so alright.
So that there was a ship's mast there?
Yeah, that is one of the ship. Actually that is actually the oldest wood on that. There you go.
Thank you very much.
No
You've made me day now.
Oh wow.
This is what you want to see here, isn't it?
This is the most important parts. And believe it or not, that is actually the bear. You know the wee things. I call that the gearbox.
Which one's that?
All this. The first one.
You go from the small cog to the wee cog.
For the small, that's all the metal. You see, that's all of the gears. So when do the windmill spin? They spin.
Aye.
And then maybe this spin. But if you can see, it's not that one to connect to that, but it's actually that one move to connect to this.
Right, so that whole thing moves across.
If you can see on the top of here, from here and there, you see this?
Aye.
They pull that away,
right?
They bang it, and they move all that stuff there. This is the brakes.
Mallet, like?
Yeah. We actually have the hammers over there, see that wee metal? And that's why that is all like that, because they bang it to put them out, and that is actually the brakes. That's being released by this. You can see that part of there. See it's chain? So when that release, the chain release, that's full, make that free. There's one in here, and there's one on the top side as well. You can see all the chain hanging that up, and that one in here used as well for left of the bikes from below. If you can see that wheel, when you push that thing down, the wheel come up, and I connect it. See that? Make that thing spin and bring the sack up.
I was just watching the video there, your man bringing up the bag.
Yeah.
And the bag came to near the top. He sort of slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine in the day, no help and safety.
Oh wow.
They wouldn't have been as careful.
Oh no, but that's why, you know, all the stuff, it's been made a long time ago. This is the only one windmill in Northern Ireland working. You actually can rotate it. And you can see the roof as well, rotated with the wind. And the only new parts is the wee metal bars you can see. This one. Because before they were made as a wood.
So it's still actually roll on them?
That is rolled on wheels. And it's on the top. If you can see, you can actually see better when I point that. See that? The metal? It's all blocked, like it's a train. You know the wheel on the train? It's on the top of that railway, all the circular, all the way around. So the wheels on top of it, when the roof rotated, that walk with the you know, turn around it so it doesn't fall off.
How much pressure would it take to turn that?
A lot, but that's why I take it between. The wind have to be really strong.
On the video, your man was trying to start the propeller first.
They do with a hand because you need to catch the wind. So, example, if the wind blew this way, we okay because the wind is that way. Okay, but if you want that wind come this way, it's different. We have to go outside of that window. What is the windows? This window.
One up there.
No, this window on there.
Right.
That's where we got the ladder. You got so that window, that's what you spin to the wheel. So that rope started to turn slowly.
Your ladder's moved then?
Not that much move. You know, it moves, if you move by
The
hand.
window stays there, this part here moves. No,
No,
the window moves as well,
this part,
the
I'll show
whole,
you. If you go this way.
The whole window would move along the roof.
Yeah, so everything you
So
see.
if he put his ladder up here now to go out that window,
Yeah,
and it turns round,
if you have to turn around,
his window could be over there, couldn't it? But his
That-
ladder's still sitting here.
yeah. But see, there's two people.
Right, so that might
One
move
stand the
ladder.
chair there
That's all
and
teamwork.
move. So it doesn't move and block the window because at least leave the guys outside. So you have to turn the way you can catch the wind,
Aye.
and then you go out, connect to the windmill, and then the windmill catch the wind and turn properly in position.
Right,
And that's why we have two front doors as well.
right.
Because if the windmill stopped the way it is now, you
Aye,
can
you
use
walk
that
out.
one door. But if it stopped this way, we have to use the other door.
Aye.
And the windmill, you can see three different positions. There's a normal, like that, that's me as a stop. Like that, it's a maintenance.
Right.
So if you see the windmill stop like this, you know it's because it's stop. But if you see the windmill stop like that,
Aye.
it's because it's a maintenance. But if you see a man try to, you know, on the top, or the spindle spin without the wheel, it's because they do the roof movements for the wind.
Right,
So there are three different.
right.
But basically that's where the grain come up and they put it through this, and then you go to the next stage. So everything's working as a gravity because they don't have electricity.
So this is just filling up the hoppers.
Yeah,
Begin the process.
just for
like.
it, yeah, because the sack come up, they put it in there, and they use the gravity.
Aye.
That's why the stone is on the next level,
Right.
because when the flour's been ground, it can't suck them up, but have to go down. So when the thing
Aye.
spin through off the wall, and this has we we pipe go down.
Right.
So all the flours go down instead of go up.
I never had any idea that happened there. How they connected it
Oh,
all.
no,
That's brilliant there. Like.
But that's why you can see the hole is there. There's no central,
Aye.
because it's that one that's moved to this one, and not that one, because you can't move. Because if you can see, that is only one big block, and you can't move that down. Because if you move this down,
That's all.
that
wood.
come
That's
out.
all wood there. Like.
everything you see is wood, and everything has to be. You know, if a dad get too low or too high, they put the wee
The
things.
wood swells up and
Yeah.
depending on
And
temperature and
that
stuff.
is original. And they can do metal with metal because the spark.
Aye.
So when it get too warm, what's happened? Overheat makes spark, and that can go on fire.
Aye.
That's why it's a hard wood and a hard wood. It's all Oliver wood or something else. But that is the trunks from the shipyard, and you can actually see the ropes side.
There's some weight in that.
Oh, and it is all. I tell you what is actually stand on it. You don't believe it. You think it is a
Right.
massive machine underneath to hold the dad in place.
Whenever they build ships, they build it next to water.
Yeah.
It's not as hard to move a big lump of oak
We're
like
trying
that,
to move it
but-
up here,
But they carry it up a hull like.
but I see how heavy and big it is. And I tell you what, you stand on it, so all the weight go to one point. You don't believe it when I show you. And then we go to the next stage. So when we go down the same way we go up. And then when you're here, you just
I'll just close that.
Yeah, just the close up. Not just like that, because when I close the door on the bottom, nobody go in. So you remember the wee three grate? I call the grain. So it's 1, 2, and 3. So the grain go in there, go inside this machine or this funnel. So the man can open and close. So they go inside there.
Right.
And because the wind spin it, that one in here is actually connected to this, and every time that spin, that go
Just using the vibration.
shake,
It's very
so we
simple,
can
isn't it?
use as a grain go down. More you grind, of course, the stones can ruin. No, right? Because you know when you grind it, you go lower.
See the video. The video said them stones aren't actually touching.
No, but it's because you grind the grain.
There's a wee gap between them.
Yeah, that's why. Because if you do the touching each other, it will again overheat it.
Aye.
And then you get your stone inside your flour, and that's not good. But the time they actually have to adjust it, because they actually, when you grind it too much, the inside go lower. So
Right.
then you get a live grain, so you have to adjust it.
Aye.
And then you make side lines on the top, so at least you know when you need to be redoing it. When
Right.
that is completely flat, you have to stop it, adjust the machine, make the line in again. It's all different lines. It can be a round lines, it can be straight lines, or it can be a scratch lines. You can see it? All different. But the problem is, the people think it's the stone and the zone, but inside as well there's a metal. So that's why you support the two stone. And the people go, how did the stone doesn't fall? Or how did the stone doesn't touch on each other? It's the metal plate on the top. So that's why I adjust it. And then you can see from the bottom, that bit there, it go through the bottom.
Right.
And then that's the way I adjust it. You know, you ever see the man just try to turn? And the thing should go down. That's what I adjust as well. And you can see in every one of those as a wee doors sideways, in the front or on the side over there.
Right.
So that completely open it, so the man can adjust it or fix the stone.
Right.
And then they do as well, they don't grind just grain for flour, but they do as well green peas or animal feeding.
So they could do different products?
Different product on the same time. Because you can see it has 3 different shoots. 3 different shoots from the top, 3 different shoots from here, and the 3 different shoots from the bottom. And then everything should be separate. So if it's a long wind, big strong wind, they use all of them. If it's a small wind, they use 1 or 2. So they use less wind power and make it the same.
Probably faster. Less work.
No, because then they have to work longer. Do you know what I mean? Instead of make 3 sack in one shot, they have to do 3 sack every each time. So it's 3, because it's not only one farm. It can be you from one farm, me from another farm, you from another farm. So if I have only one machine work, you wait longer than, you know. So when is that? They make 3 farming in one go, more money.
Down to the bar then.
More money, more, more operation, more thing. More flour for the guys for take home. Because every bags of our...
See when they got the flour, they get paid. Did they sell their share of the flour to get paid?
Yeah. But that's what they do. That's why they want more flour, more money, more economy.
You see when they dried out the stuff in the drying room, sometimes it can be, like today, if grain's wet, it costs the farmer more. You don't get as much as grain. What happened if they burnt more coal to dry that grain? They have
to, but what they do is...
Because they'll try and put it in
But what they do as well, they use the storage, apart. So instead of being completely soaking wet, they use the one already in it.
Right.
So even if the fire is off, the wee wind, the wee, it's contained still as a heat on it. It's like when you have your gas or your electric. If you take the stone off it, you still have the heat. But when it's a gas and you turn it off, that's it, it's gone. And that's what they do. They keep it heated up as much as they can at high temperature, and then they let it go slow, and then you still rotate the grain.
Right. And
that's the way that they make it less usable. But they can reuse the burnt coal as well. When the hash is still warm, it's still heat.
Right, it's still heat on it.
So they close the wee gate more fun.
Right.
So that's why, because in here never warm. So they have to make it.
I was in the wee corn mill now along, and I thought that boy's got it handy, but lovely warm working in there. Compared to coal mines and farmers' fields, I'd love that pretty nice wee place, but I don't hear what the coal like.
Oh, it's more cold.
Because the heat's separate, like.
It is not just that, it's just, we don't have, and you can actually see the wall in here, it's all wet. It's because the wall is no insulation, it's just made by mug and grain and all that kind of thing, cement, it's all mixed. And then look at the thickness as well. So if you put the heat in here, it doesn't do that much, because it's actually the heat evaporated very quickly, the gaps of the wood and everything. So, but that is good for them, because then stone, they don't have the heat, because they keep cooling. That's another good thing for the windmills. And then we go down it again, and you can see that actually the master wheel, that's the way, it's the second important, or the first important wheels as well. First, second, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's depending on the way you've seen it. And that is all the operation, it's come from this one. That's more room in here, so that's why I go this way, but if you want to come in. And that's the master wheel as well. So that's the wheel for connect the stone. And you can see, it's all, if that was metal, it's already destroyed and fire.
So whenever the seals are going, that's the one
That
that
is
spins
the
all
one
the
to
time.
spin it, yeah.
And
You have to spin.
depending what they turn on, they slot
They
these
slot it
in.
down. Yeah, if you wanted all the three work together, they slot the three together. But you can see which one is to work the harder. That's that one.
So that one's just direct drive, like
Yeah.
that goes the speed of the.
And then we have all this belt is drive the safe over there.
Right.
The safe will go in there, and the safe there, and there's a safe belt down below. And remember I said about the weight of that trunk? That's what the stand on the watt barrel. All the weight of that is over there.
That's some weight in that, isn't there?
Yeah, and you believe it, and that's been stand there from a long, long time. The last operation was 1915, I think I said, 1915 or something. 15 or 45, whatever it was, when the Miller, the last
I'm
time.
trying to get that beam in place.
Huh?
I'm trying to get that in place.
I know, trying. I think it'd build that first.
That's what I'm thinking. You put that in first, wouldn't you? And then
and
build
then
the
build
walls
the
around it.
one, yep. Or maybe they start to build half of it and then put that in. To hold it in place, and then start to build the rest of the floors.
It's a bit like stone bridges, they always bolt wooden molds first.
Yeah.
And you put the stone on, take the wood away.
Mm.
You wouldn't get that in once the tower's
Oh
on.
no, I don't think so. I think it maybe inside as well there'd be a structure of
You see the actual seals? Do you know where a modern wind turbine, you've got your blades and the blades tilt. So if the one's strong, you tilt.
We don't tap that one. It actually has the wee sheet is open and closed.
So that's just one.
Sure, yeah.
So that the actual sheet pulls across.
Yeah.
So the blades stay the same.
It's already in an angle.
Right.
So if you tap too much, it's different in there because that is a structure, it's solid structure. The other one, it actually has a wee, like a column. So it's a smaller area, so you can tap to that bit. So it doesn't catch it when you turn, but if it does when you tap a bit, you can actually catch the wall, the wind.
Right.
And then put on vibration. Vibration is bad for the windmills. If you know what I mean, because if you put
the actual seals pull in and out.
Yeah, I show you on the when we go down because it's more easy to show you. Because that's the valve, right? And you can see it has the wee things like that, and then all the stuff like that. So that one, this part in there, it's all metal. It's like a like the ceiling of the boat. So more you open, more wind you catch. But if you tap that one, because that's the distance from there to there, right? But if you tap that, you see how close it go to the wall, and when you spin it, you catch the wind on that, and it start to go like this. And you don't want that on the windmill because everything just.
Does it all windmills work that way?
Yeah, all the windmill.
Right.
The only one it doesn't work like that is the water windmill, because if the water go low, you tap it, the takes more, and you catch more water.
Right.
And that's just a different things because you actually catch the water. That's have to go with wind. But all the windmill, because if you shake it too much, that's what happened. They break the vane very quickly. So that's why you don't want it too close to the wall. It's the same if you drive close to on the motorway on the lorry.
You get the buffer.
You get the buffer when you pass it.
Our caravan.
So you know what I mean. It's exactly the same.
There.
Yeah. So if you more distance you get, less compression you got. And the windmill spin straight, and it doesn't because it's all wood. One stringle things all can go off the rail. And it's beautiful the way you can see. That's the slide door over there. We have to keep it open because when you don't get the tour guy, at least you can see most of it from that. And that's the wee caliber over there, the wee nails and the things. For see the wheel is all straight. That's thick with the needle.
Right. So that doesn't have that. That's just for you to check if it goes up or down, like.
You can see that's actually I can turn that by my hand because it's not stuck, but too much. No, it's this the smell of the grease and the oil. It's lovely. And then you can go backwards again. So at least you know it's that one it is. If you go, that thing's moving. So it's really simple, but now it's all technologies and things like that. And every single word you see on the wall, that's where the shoots go off of the flow. They go down that way. And then it go down this way, there's another over there, you see that one, the chute over there? And there's another one on the other side, a big chunk goes from one place to the other. Don't know if you can see from here, but See that? If you go down a bit more, see that wee box there? That's the shaker. There's a pipe go from one top to there, and there's another one there. And all the belt used all that to turn everything else, all the shakers and all that inside the bottom as well.
Them belts would have been leather, wouldn't it?
This one in here, it's just connected to that.
It would have been made of leather.
Oh yeah, you can actually touch it if you want. If I move it, you can go and touch it. It's over there. It's a strong material.
Oh, it's very hard.
Yeah.
A lot harder than I thought.
Yeah. It looks, but they have to be, because the way you travel everything, you try, you know, do that thing pull down as well. There should be all of that, and you can actually see on the windmill, you know, the wee old one. See, they connect to this one. So the belt have to go through there, through there, through that. So it's connected to everything.
So all these belts are connected.
Yeah, all because you have to. It's no electricity, so they have to use something to move stuff.
There wasn't much room to move in here once the belts were all going, like.
Oh.
So that's how you get people losing their arms and stuff, like.
I can imagine the noise as well, and the darkness.
And they would have had oil lamps and stuff.
Oh, and that's why all the burns marks are coming up. Be careful, skin wet. And that's the belt that we talked about. You see the belt, connect all that, and then every time you spin, everything spin. And that's what you should be seeing when he's actually in movement. A couple of buttons need to be fixed. Because we should have a couple of buttons to show the roof rotating and things like that. But
when I went to the wee corner, you seen all the wee boxes moving around, you know.
Yeah. So, and that's the belt go down and then connect to the other belt to that. So that spin, and then we have that spin as well, so we can do the, you know.
So, where did the actual flower finish come out?
It's come out from here.
So
that's for different ones, you know, for all that, but all the flowers finished starts coming up this way. So that way it's just to divide the for the animal
feet. See the 3 stones upstairs, but you got 4 shoots.
Yeah. And you gotta say why.
Why 4 shoots?
Because they got flower, waste.
Right.
And then with the waste they go and put in here and they use for animal feeding and things like that.
Right.
And then they go over there as well. There's a lot of different storage there, or animal feed. They keep it there and then they give it to the animal.
Was there another basement under there?
It's basement, yeah. We can't left it that one. We never left it. And there's another.
Well, originally they would have had that open as well. That's else they could have filled in themselves.
Oh, aye, this. And then other, you know, like another storage in here. So remember I said about the 2 doors. You can see the waste down for the moment. That's because it stopped. But imagine that once you here. When you get in and out. When you started it.
I used to like to be counting one day Millisle. I used to walk in.
That's why the wee teeny people come working in there. But that's
it's Windy Miller.
That's all.
Hello, Windy. Are you busy?
That was all his land.
Plenty of corn to grind.
Last Miller, and then he gave it away.
Plenty of wind in your
He
sails.
sold the land and he gave it that to
Ah, yes, they're going nicely, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I showed you one thing. So see that you work. Right, see the first one.
Windy Miller, sharper than a thorn. Like a mouse he's spry and nimble when he grinds the corn. Like a bird he'll watch the wind and listen for the sound, which says he has the wind he needs to make the sails go round.
I was trying to understand these black things, what they're trying to say with these black things.
Oh, that's for the open and close you can see, it's like, you know the things you have on the blind you got in your house.
That's what I'm thinking, like.
You see the wee rollers? 1, 2, 3. You actually see better from being the first one. See that first one there? Has the big massive roller. I don't know if you can see it. Right, see this word here? The second one, you see it has a word, and then he has the wee things go like that. You see it? The things are moving now.
These flappy things.
But the bottom, you see that we like a roller
sideways.
It go up.
So hold on now. That material is going from that side down to that side.
Yeah, it actually. It's like a roller.
I was thinking it was going that way. You see, I was wondering where is it all?
All right. See.
Each one of them is like a roller blind.
Roller blind. So that could go down and down.
Each one's individual.
Yeah.
Each panel's individual.
And you see that trunk in here in the bottom. See that wee metal bit. Right. All the ropes in here is actually to keep the windmill on the same speed. But that one over there, you can see has a teeth.
Aye.
More you turn, more that things go down.
Right.
So like open and close the rollerblades on your house.
Aye.
You want the blind up, you go like this, the blind go down. You go like that, the blinds go up. So he doesn't
I
catch
couldn't
the wind.
understand. I thought there's somebody got to go and put sails on that, like.
Yeah, that's
So the sails are, even when the sails aren't showing, the sails is on there.
yeah, they're always there. You can go up and down all the
Right.
time and open it. You can see better from here, look. See the green
Aye.
things?
See it better there.
You see the green things? That's
So
the
would they have
blades.
used canvas and the time
Yeah,
for
it's
that?
a cap, and then you can see that we all connected to the wheel.
So that wee tape there now joins one to the other.
Yeah, all that steps.
So the
loose to-
mechanism doesn't have to go the whole way down. It
No.
just moves the ones at the front.
Just one, if you pull one,
the whole
all
lot
the moves
join.
all go on. Basically, it's a big
I
window.
never knew that, like.
And now you know. It's actually quite cool.
Ah.
It's simple engineer.
Aye.
So basically, all that go down. If all that go down, the thing is open, and all go up, you can close. That's why you got two doors.
Aye.
Because that one is here, it's only half of it. See that? It's half, and then
Aye.
it's like a.
That's
show
what you
you.
were saying earlier on. If it's straight down,
Right.
it's maintenance.
That's for the moment what you see, right? And then when you open the cartons, called the cartons,
Aye.
go like that.
Aye.
You double the size
Aye.
of that, and you can see it has a tip already. And you see how close it is. So if you tip that too much,
Aye.
it catch the wall. But for the moment, because it's a half close, you can actually see better. And then when you open, you reach here,
Aye.
and you can see the wall as well. You actually see if you stand up here, you've been blew away.
Does it ever go, does it?
It does, yeah. You see the video?
Aye.
It's been done after the restorer. It's not long ago. And we open from June, and we see that running already.
Right.
And it's beautiful when you see it. And you actually turn. Oh, see when it is that way? See when the wind blows this way, most of the time it's blew that direction. Or sometimes blew that direction. So you make more that way, and this way. But you never really see that much on that
Right.
because it's too close to the wall,
Aye.
to the roof. So they try to catch it. There's more wind because you can see the wind, the way it blew it. And it's beautiful to see. Sorry
Nice
if I don't
getting
give
up.
him more
It was nice
information.
getting upstairs. It was.
But sorry if I don't give him more information. But that's what I know.
I've only paid £3. I paid the other £3 over the tour.
No.
I'm more than happy. I'm
No.
glad to see up.
That's me.
That's made my day.
That's me.
I was disappointed, so I was on it.
Oh, what?
Wasn't
But
gonna
you
go.
see, I come in and I saw you and I go like, and then you want to go up because there's so many people around it. If there was too many people around it, I can do. You know, why you bring one up and don't bring it us?
Aye.
But when I can, I do it. It doesn't cost me nothing. I love what I do, and I like to see these things for another 100, 200 years. More I share, better for me. Do you know what I mean? And then we're going to get 2 girls coming in next month, so they can do the tour probably, but they actually study to do it. I'm not studying. I like what before I took the job, windmill. And then I come up here and watching the videos. I heard the guys talking. I went with them, and I goes like, at least when he knows I can do a wee bit, and that's the best way.
Aye.
And if I made your day, I'm happy
That's
as
made my
well.
day,
You know,
That was made my day.
that makes me more happy, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
Because when he come in and he said so single, and I go right, okay.
I have passed there a few times with the caravan. Not able to stop.
Now you know you can stop. We have see that wee place on the corner with the bus.
Aye.
You can park your caravan there if you have it. If it's a mini caravan or big caravan, you can park it over there, come in for a cup of coffee, and then.
There's times I'm going around that coast road, you know, like. And the time you come over there, you don't want to get stuck, you see. So
No, but see, what do you do? Even if you don't have that much time, just come in, park your van, get a cup of coffee, have a wee chat, and go on again. There is no obligation to have spent a lot of money. Even if you want to stop and go, look, no problem. We are always open for people, like it is not a problem at all. It's just something we have to share.
I was up for the holiday show at the weekend. I was in Bangor last night, so I thought I'll just check. But
Yeah.
we opened today with it.
We only close Tuesday, Wednesday. But then for the tour, it's a different things because if you do the self guide, you can come in any time. But for the tour guys with the tell you stories, it's going to be from January, from next month, the 11th. We can start doing it again. Because in the winter time, you see how cold it is.
I went up the first windmill a couple of years ago down by Dublin. That's much better.
This one.
That's much better.
They spend a little bit of money like in this one to do original and all that. People say, why it doesn't do flower? We would love doing it. But imagine to pay people to do that.
See, the only thing is, you see your wee demonstrations down there. If you had a wee bag of oats, you could grind.
We run out. And you can see the bag
I
of the wee bag.
some of them. I had a grind some.
There is a wee empty bag.
One's got a wee, but it's very hard to move. And you actually see the flour coming out. Like, there's actually real flour coming out.
But we need, I asked already, because that's the
sell wee bags in your shop. And people buy them and do it. People buy Thursday for pigeons.
I know. But we had 2 full bags from June till now. It's all gone. But I asked it already. I asked it already, so we're gonna get it. Because I wait for the builder as well. Because we have a couple of lakes you can see. So I got a big list. And they say half the January.
You see them 2 wee grinding stones. One's hard, one's easy.
Yeah.
Is that because one's got grain on it already and that makes it hard?
Because the people put too much on it and it's stock.
And that makes it hard.
Yeah.
Well, the whole idea of that there feeds in the right amount.
Yeah.
So
and basically what we use as well, we don't use the full grain, but the people, because you usually get the full grain and then you take the grain off and leave the stock away and then leave the grain in, but the people put all in.
Right.
So it's a stock. But it's still grind it. If you just take it off a bit, it's still grind it. But that's what we're doing, and you can see that everything is original and everything is being glued because there's a lot of stuff that's been missing. People take as a souvenir.
Alright. That's good. Thank you very much.
No worries.
What's your name?
Pietro.
Thank you very much, Pietro.
No worries.
No
worries.
Thank you.
Anytime. You know where we are now. I close it up so I can.
Thank you. 3% battery left. Hope that picked up. That's very nice. That's made my day there now. Like, I will we go with the grind in this car. You know what? I'm just thinking. It wouldn't be 4 o'clock, would it? They're closing up. No, I was all 2. It wouldn't be that long. They are closing up. I'll go to the toilet now. Hope I'll tell you what's turned out now. Boys there. Proper changing that. Only has one other toilet there, there's something else. So I'll use this one. Well, we're giving them a wee stretch of legs now before we go. Tell you what, they close at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock means they're away. They don't actually close at 4 o'clock, they're gone by 4 o'clock. But we get them now, it's closed, so roughly 3 o'clock onwards, there's no point in coming here. You won't get time to go around. It took me, I was in there an hour and a half. It wasn't longer than I thought. Your man took me right up to the top of the windmill. Any peas or anything, Drew? Any wee pea? Honestly, it's just the water now. Do you know what? They could do a wee water bowl up there, you know. There's no water up there. Let me see, hold on, I'll see, get you a wee drink here. I'll get you a wee drink. She's had the dry stuff now, you see. So we're ready for a wee drink. We'll go to Antrim next, I think. Don't know if I've much time to stop in Antrim. There we go. Oh, is he getting a good drink now? That's how they dry food and all, Pat, isn't it? That was a good drink. Any wee pea, I think, you know. We'll have to go now, Luna. Mom, we'll go now. Are you finished? Come on, we're going to go now. Up we go again. Up, up. I know you weren't out long. Up you go. Look at the shape of my seat. You know, I've fleeces, things lying everywhere to keep the place dry. And where does she sit? On my seat. You're standing on the flex. You're standing on the flex. Oh, Luna. Oh, that was good, Luna. I know you're both stiff. I enjoyed myself. I have to admit, I enjoyed myself.